What's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Writing of Legion of Raw. This is Monday. This is the wrong day. Legion of Raw, we are here. I'm here in my work office, actually. You know, it's so funny, Vince. Technology is a very interesting thing. The more regardless of the high volume, high paying technology that I have, that I'm spending my hard earned money for, at the end of the day, hardwiring is the way to go. So for those who are wondering, I am in the doctor's office right now, recording this episode to get better service, still through Wi-Fi though, but my home will be back in action as it was like 3 weeks ago. Top quality, high speed hard wiring is coming back, so the speed will be great. My wife and I switched to Wi-Fi because it's the company we were with before, we had for years, their customer service wasn't good, and so we did Wi-Fi, and we're like, okay, no, not too good for my office, so we're going back old school, hardwire, top notch speed. We'll be back for you. So that's the update. And you rock and roll, Vince.
What was that, Chris? That last thing you said broke up.
You ready to rock and roll?
Do this. Yes, doctor, give me the news, bro. I'm ready to go.
Nice. All right. So listen, a new setting. People keep saying new setting. No, this is my office cam. So this is a one and done. Maybe one time, maybe every now and then I'll pop back up in my office when I want to change scenery. But as of now, we're just rocking and rolling. All right, man. You ready to get into Raw, man? What was your overall thoughts on this week of Raw?
That's it. That's about it, bro. That's it. Bro, you know what's so funny this past week? Bro, here's what's so funny this past week. I swear, bro. Like, I don't know what the wrestling business has become. But all I do know is, you know, back in the day when we were doing record numbers, bro, we never boasted about the numbers. And I'll tell you why, Chris. And a lot of it goes back to being psychological. And that's what you do for a living, bro. You don't boast about the numbers, because if you boast about the numbers one week and they crap the bed the next week, then you look like an idiot. So you never boast about the numbers. We never did, bro. So you know, it's unbelievable, bro, that you know the situation every single week. Tony Khan finds a way to manipulate and boast the numbers, Chris, right? Meanwhile, here's the bottom line, guys, when it comes to AEW. These are the facts, guys. 26 months they've been on TNT with Dynamite. 26 months. They have yet to surpass the numbers for their very first show. There's no way to manipulate your way out of that. You came out of the gate with a 1.4 million viewers. In 2 years and 2 months, you've not topped that. That's the bottom line, bro. Bottom line. But Tony Khan, every week, it's the it's when the rating stinks, it's not the overall number, then it's the demo. But Chris, he went to new territory this week that I could not believe. He doesn't even understand what he's saying. So, bro, a couple of weeks ago, the overall number stunk for AEW. Then the demo number stunk. So do you know what Tony's going to now? Bro, he's going to now the DVR +7 numbers.
Yeah, I saw that.
And guys, you don't understand. That is not a good thing. DVR +7 numbers, Bro, that's not good for advertisers. Why is that not good? Because, bro, if you DVR AEW and you watch a week later, that's the +7. Bro, the first thing you're doing is fast forwarding through the commercials. You're not sitting there through the commercials. That's not what the network wants. That's not what advertisers want. So he's boasting now about DVR +7 numbers, which advertisers have no interest in. And also, Chris, number two, if they're watching it a week later on DVR, what does that mean, bro? What that means is it's not must-see TV, Chris. You can watch it a week later. Why? Because it doesn't matter. There is no sense of urgency, which leads us to tonight's Raw. Bro, you could watch this a week later, 2 weeks later, a month later. It doesn't matter. There was not one single element of must-see TV, sense of urgency whatsoever on this show.
Correct. No must-see at all. It was just really, it was a bit, it wasn't anything exciting about me wanting to go watch it again, you know, and that's the thing. If an episode's really good, just like a good movie, Vince, you've watched a good, you know, you've had a good movie. You've watched it more than once. A good episode. You've watched it more than once. When have you ever watched Raw? When's the last time you watched Raw more than once, Vince? The same episode.
Oh, my God. Chris, I can tell you I have been binge watching Dexter, okay? Mm-hmm. And, Chris, a lot of times when I'm watching TV, it's at the end of my day and I'm very tired. So I'll find myself watching Dexter, bro, falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep. But Chris, every time I fall asleep and wake up, what do I have to do? I rewind back because I don't want to miss anything. So I rewind back and okay, that's where I fell asleep. I pick it up. I'm constantly rewinding back. You would never do that with this show. I mean, yeah. when I am doing this show on a live stream, we are literally counting down how many minutes are left in the show. That's what we're doing. Meanwhile, like you said, if it's a good show, Chris, you don't want to miss anything.
Yeah. My wife and our show is Survivor. That's our show. And we binge on Survivor. We're about 6 episodes in. That's our show. That's our favorite show to watch together. And we do Survivor date nights, you know. And last night we actually watched Survivor. We binged on about 3 episodes. And we went from like episode 3 to episode 6. And I had to use the bathroom. And she was like, babe, you want me to pause it? You know what I mean? Right. Like she was so intense and she was into it. And I was like, yeah, I can hear it. It's cool. I'll be right back out. And as soon as I came back out, like she was like, babe, I'm gonna rewind it for you. You know what I mean? Because
I know.
She was into it. You know what I mean?
Bro, there are times like, you know, I'm watching something I really want to watch and my wife will put on a blender to make a smoothie. I'll pause the show.
Yeah.
Would you ever pause this show for a blender? Like, would you ever pause this show for a blender?
I won't cover that part. I can't hear it. I'm sorry. I won't cover the part.
It's ridiculous. And then, bro, especially with this show, you get the first segment is the cage match. It's the first 30 minutes of the show. Bro, you know they're never going to follow that. That's the best. That's going to be the best thing that's going to be on this show tonight, the first 30 minutes. They're never going to follow that with something better, bro.
Yeah. And to that note, I know that you're not a big fan of long matches. I actually enjoyed the match quality. It was a good match on paper, and as far as just watching it for match sake, I did enjoy it. So I'll give it that. Here's my biggest issue with this segment. All right. I think that Big E needs to be pushed more than anybody. He is the flagship of Raw. He is the top person on Raw. for some reason, WWE never really gives Big E that opportunity to actually have his moment. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that they do that. Big E, he wins the match, wins the steel cage match, gets attacked by Seth Rollins, and then he gets some comeuppance on Rollins and Owens, and all of a sudden we come back to commercial, and he's by the table, cringing, and all of a sudden, oh, what happened? Oh, commercial. And during the commercial, they get attacked by Bobby Lashley, who just appears out of nowhere, and it's like, why isn't Big E having his moment? I don't like that.
Well, Chris, not only that, Chris, how many, a lot of people watching this are probably younger than me, so they might not relate to this, but I know you will. Bro, how many times in the old Westin was there the gunfight in the OK Corral? And bro, how many times did the Babyface take 5 bullets? But what was the thing? I'm walking out. Bro,
That's
Rocky
right.
won. Creed may have been beat my butt. I'm walking out.
That's
walking.
Right.
Bro, the Big E crawled out of the cage. No,
Yeah.
bro, this is your champion. Hulk Hogan would have never crawled out of a cage. He would have been bloody. He would have pulled up to the ropes on his feet and made it through that cage like the gunslinger. A champion should never be crawling out of a cage, Chris.
100% agree with that. And why do you think, is it the 50-50? Is it like the Ryback effect that they're still trying to do right now with just all of their champions, period? Because Big E has the charisma and the talent, but they're just making him feel so average. Why do you think?
And bro, he's in there against Kevin Owens. It's not like it's Lashley and Big E. It's Kevin Owens, bro. And you mean to tell me Big E's got to crawl out of that cage to win? Bro, it's the subtle things like that where they bury the talent, bro.
Absolutely.
It's Drew McIntyre all over again, man.
Yep. Who from you say you've been watching it consistently again for about 7 years, right?
Yeah.
Out of the 7 years that you've been watching it consistently again, do you think of anyone who's actually, other than Roman Reigns, who hasn't had that 50-50 transitional feel while they were champion? Maybe Orton. Would you put Orton in there? Even he felt transitional though.
No, bro. It's win some, lose some, win some, lose some, win some, lose some, and nobody is important and nobody stands out, man.
Yeah, I agree. Next we get Queen Zelina defeated. She comes out with the promo, and then she defeats Nikki ASH. Speaking of 50-50, you think it's a Vince McMahon thing that they just downplay Nikki ASH like every single time she competes? Now they just say, well, you might have forgot, but she was Raw Women's Champion. How is that putting someone over? If you think of like someone like a Jim Ross and a JR Lawler, when they were a tandem, it was all about putting the wrestlers over. But if you're saying something like, who wears that? And, you might have forgot she was champion. How in the world is that putting her over?
Bro, you know what it is? It's not even flavor of the month, because like they don't even go a month with that person. It's like the flavor of 2 weeks. Who's the flavor every 2 weeks? Nikki. Remember Nikki Cross was the flavor, bro, for a couple of weeks. Now Zelina Vega is the flavor. Every 2 weeks, it's a different flavor. Bro, I can't believe I got to sit here and say, and you're never going to get anybody over that way. Chris, you're never going to get anybody over that way, bro.
You're not. And do you see, like, what do you see the future of Nikki ASH? Do you see any type
of future endeavor?
Push?
Future endeavor. Next round, bro, she's done.
Yes. Sad to see that, but I don't see anything going with her because she has so much potential. I liked it when she was Nikki Cross, and like I said before, I think her as just some kind of deranged maniac that actually fit better with the Rhea Ripley look than some almost superhero. It just didn't make sense that she went out of that to team with Rhea Ripley.
This is the case of Chris. This is something that she pitched, and they were going to make sure it failed. That's exactly what happened here.
It seems like that's very clear. Next, we get the Street Profits defeating AJ and Omos by count out. Breakup potentially with AJ and Omos. Do you see a babyface turn here for AJ?
For who?
For AJ.
AJ being the babyface?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, bro, because AJ is a pretty good heel. I mean, they can try to go down that road, but I mean, AJ has been a pretty good, consistent heel. I don't think there's enough heat on Omos to make AJ a babyface. Does Omos have heat?
No, but I think he has that kind of like that, Haas heat. You know what I mean? Like who are you? I don't care, like that X-Pac heat. You know what I mean? Like that's what they used to call it back in the day. Like I just generally don't like you. And I think people just don't like Omos. So in WWE's mentality, that's enough heat to say, okay, I'll have AJ go against, and it's the whole David and Goliath, feel as well. Omos is big, and they've been dominating. Won the Royal Rumble, run the Battle Royal at Survivor Series. So I think, just that whole David and Goliath feel with AJ could work. To me, I think AJ's been a heel for so long now. It's been a few years now. And so I think now it's about time to make the switch with AJ. I just see a ceiling with AJ. You don't think so?
Well, I just got to see a more almost heat. I'm not seeing any heat, bro. Maybe because he's never talking. He's never cut a promo. He's just choke slamming, picking up people by the head and choke. To me, that's not heat, I mean, bro, when, got big guys like Bundy and Big John Studd, they were also talking and had the manager talking for them, and they were generating heat. There's been no verbal here whatsoever with Omos, so I just don't feel like he's got heel heat.
What do you think about MVP being a stick man and him feuding against AJ? You think MVP could do some work with him?
Yeah, but man, it's almost like I'd like to see it be somebody new. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, who would have been great? Like a guy like a Leo Rush, like a guy like that would have a smaller guy, bro, that can mouth off, know that, like Sean was with Diesel, that type of thing. That type of guy would be great.
Yeah. Is there anyone there that could possibly take that? Who I think would be a really good stick man for Omos would be LA Knight, Eli Drake. I think that he would be a good stick man for Omos. I think Eli Drake, he's still one of the best promos in professional wrestling. He has what it takes. Someone's saying Malcolm Bivens. I think that could work. I don't know if you know too much about Malcolm Bivens. He's in NXT. Yeah, he's a real short black guy. He used to be in ROH, and I think that Malcolm Bivens is a good idea. TW, I'll give you credit for that. I like that idea. As far as someone else, maybe on the main roster, I think Leo Rush was a really good idea. But I like Malcolm. I do like Eli Drake, though. I've said this before. I think Eli Drake, he's kind of reaching his ceiling as far as a competitor, not because of his in-ring work. I think he has potential, but I definitely think Eli Drake he's that Bobby Heenan type of feel to him. I really like him as a stick man, as a promo, and I think that he really should be a manager. I think he should be a manager and a stick man for someone. So I'll be on point for that. Damian Priest defeating Robert Roode. Your boy Robert Roode still looks like $1 million, but he's getting jobbed out, man.
Which doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, he's more worthy of being a champion than Damian Priest. Damian Priest, bro, how old is Damian Priest? Could you? Do you have any
38,
idea?
39.
Is he that old, bro? Because I think Rude's like close to mid-40s, no?
46. I think he was born in 76. I think Roode's 45. And I think Priest is 38, I think.
Yeah,
well, Robert Roode, 45. He'll be 46 in May.
45, yeah. Bro,
Yep.
they just totally wasted him from day one. This
Priest
guy
will be 40. He turned 39 in September. He's 39.
Wow, it's funny, bro, how they go through the system and they're that old. I mean, because you don't get much out of them. I mean, 40 years old, bro. But yeah, bro. I mean, Roode never ever got an opportunity outside of NXT when he had the entrance music that everybody liked. Once he went up, nothing, zero, bro.
Yeah. Do you think them making him a babyface when he first came was a bad idea? Because I know that when he was in NXT, he was a top heel. Actually won the title. He came in the main roster as a babyface.
Bro, he's not that type of a babyface. He has that natural snarl on his face that that he's not a babyface. He would only be the babyface, bro, because he's a badass and you'd like him. That's what would make him a babyface. But acting like a babyface and having babyface traits, that's not Bobby Roode. That's not how you book it, bro.
And to be honest with you, Vince, I actually looked at this match and I looked at Bobby Roode, I looked at Damian Priest, and I said, I think it actually wouldn't have hurt if Bobby Roode won the match.
Yeah.
And maybe Priest could have picked it up later at day one or something like that. But I had no problem with Bobby Roode becoming U.S. champ. I just think you just do something different. You know, like Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler are the two utility players in the, he's a good hand. You know what I mean? Both of them are good hands. Yeah. So, I mean, that's really all they're doing. I just don't see a ceiling. I don't see them breaking the ceiling at all. Maybe a tag team run again in the next couple of years. Seems like once every 2 years they have a decent tag run. But other than that, unfortunately, nothing for Bobby Roode. So sad to see because he's got a ton of talent.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair defeating Doudrop by countout. What's the point of this feud, Vince? Who's getting over?
There was a couple of things here. First of all, bro, we did a countdown 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We just did a count, bro. There was almost back-to-back matches. There was one in between, but we did a countdown with Omos and AJ. But here's the part that really I was like, bro, she kicks out of the splash, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, like Doudrop's done, bro. If you've got a woman that big and that athletic and she can't win with a splash, then how is she going to beat you? If the splash doesn't beat you, what's going to beat you, Chris?
I was thinking the same thing. And I was also thinking, like, I wish she didn't do the splash because right now, WWE should be pushing Bianca Belair to the moon. I mean, like, you have to have a baby face and you have to use them correctly. They have to be pushed to the moon. And this 50-50 stuff has just got to go, man. And, like, to me, I'm looking at the feud between Belair and Doudrop, and I'm thinking, like, who really gets over here? Especially if there's this 50-50. Yeah, I'll attack you this week. Okay, yeah, you'll get the best of me this week. Okay, well, I'll attack you this week. At the end of the day, even whoever wins this is still going to be in that 50-50 curse, and no one's really going to get over it.
Because, Chris, matches aren't enough. You can't have Bianca Belair and Doudrop in a feud and every week is some kind of a match. That's where they're falling short. There needs to be stories. There needs to be stuff outside of the arena, backstage. You can't put them in the ring every single week because, Chris, the whole point of this count out was there wasn't a finish, so now we could bring it back again. I mean, that's what they constantly keep doing over and over again because the missing element is the story through the vignette. That's the missing piece. I don't know how you make anything mean anything if it's just two people in the ring every single week, bro.
Agreed. You know what's so funny? You were talking about her hair as far as Bianca Belair's hair. When Doudrop had her in the $1 Million Dream style hold, and she was trying to get up. She was trying to do her comeuppance and do the whole, come from behind spot. Her hair was just on the ring. And I thought about you. I said, why is she doing the come up spot? Her hair was right next to her foot. Doudrop just step on her braid. That's all you gotta do. And she's trying to get up and do her. It's just it just that's all it took was just step on the braid. So
yeah.
But no one ever uses that. No one's smart enough to use that braid as to their advantage.
No.
We got a Vince McMahon and Austin Theory segment, Vince. That's your favorite segment of the night.
Bro, this is getting weird. I mean, this is weird. This is really weird. Show me something, and he opens up his jacket. Chris, this is very, very, very strange, bro. And for what? To get Austin Theory in a feud with Finn Balor?
Balor out of anybody.
That's what this was for, bro. That's what this was about.
Out of all this for Finn Balor, someone who's been as 50-50 as you could be over the past couple of months. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is Austin Theory over. This will do it. Yeah, expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Start a few with Finn Balor. Okay. Yep. That's what we have. Next, we have Miz TV with Edge. What do you think about Miz and Edge? I'm okay with Miz and Edge. I'm okay with what they have right now. Again, like I said last week, they're capitalizing on the celebrity of the Miz based on Dancing with the Stars, and they're saying, okay, well, let's capitalize on his celebrity. Let's have him feud against Edge. There's a pay-per-view match for day one. What do you think?
Well, a couple of things, bro, during this segment. First of all, bro, I'm going to say it again. The crowd sweetening is so obvious, bro. You're hearing these thunderous roars and you're seeing a crowd shot of nobody reacting. It's bad, bro. What I really didn't like about this was just what a weak ending, like the old head fake and that was such a weak, ridiculous way to get out of this segment. Why do we see Maurice last week and we don't see her this week? And I don't know, bro. Again, why? What's the reason they're even having a match?
Cheap Heat is the because you're in Memphis. She doesn't come to Memphis. Just that Cheap Heat. Get them over.
Of course, bro. Yep.
I think there's potential here to Edge wins, so it just gives Edge a spot.
That's why I don't think there is any potential, Chris. Whatever they do, Edge is going over. We all know that. So what are we looking forward to?
Yeah, agreed.
Next
we have Rey and Dominik Mysterio defeat the Alpha Academy for the Bronament. This is the number one contender 4-team tournament to see. It's the same 4 teams. It's just like a revolving door. It's AJ Omos, and Mysterios, Street Profits, Alpha Academy. It's the same 4 teams.
Yep. Just
you throw Rude and Ziggler in there, but they couldn't even make the tournament. Like they're such a good little hand that they didn't even make the tournament. Out of the 5 teams, they were the one that didn't make the tournament. It was Roode and Ziggler. That's how bad they are. So, yeah. Who do you think wins this tournament, Vince?
Bro, it's just the 4 teams in it.
Just it. That's it. Yeah.
And so who's it down to now? Mysterios and the Street Profits?
Yep.
I don't. So the winner of those 2 takes on the Bromance team.
Yep. Probably at day 1. Yeah. So at the pay-per-view, I can see the heels. I can see the heels trying to attack both teams, and you do the whole, okay, let's just throw the match out. Let's just have 3 of the teams together. You know what I mean? All 3 baby faces all together. So
yeah,
either that or I see Street Profits perhaps, or you could do the turn. You can do the turn at day 1, and that leads to Ray and Dominik at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but they have they done enough to lead into that at this point?
I think in their mind, their philosophy is probably going to be, we'll call it on the fly.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do the whole Dominik turns on Ray at day 1. That gives us about 3 months to build Dominik versus Ray, and then there you go.
And I don't think anybody wants to see that.
That's a good question.
I mean,
does anybody want to see? Does anybody want to see Dominik versus Ray at WrestleMania?
Nobody wants to see that, bro.
So it's theorized that Dominik's going to turn on Ray anytime now. I can see Dominik and Ray getting to the finals, and then Dominik turning on Ray. So SK Nation,
bro,
anybody care?
That's the problem. The problem is Dominik looks like just a big baby face, bro. He's even got the soft stomach. He looked like such a baby face kid. He's got to look the part in order to turn on his father. You got to look that part. You know, bro, the kid that blames his father for everything, and I've lived in your shadow my whole life. You know the story. He doesn't look the part. If this were a movie, you would not cast Dominik, bro. That's not the guy you would cast. That's the problem. That's the issue, bro.
Yeah. It is a resounding no.
Yeah.
On the SK Nation chat over here. It's a resounding no. No one has it. There's a lot of people right here in the chat all together, and everybody says no. So
nobody cares.
I agree. Next, we have another Vince McMahon and Austin Theory segment. This is the one where he, oh yes, it's about that time. Let me get it right. Here we go, Joey.
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
Jay, you're not gonna just roll right past the Veer Mahaan coming, bro. I'm watching. This is the same exact vignette now for 6 weeks, and I'm watching this, bro. Talk to the chat room again. Is there one person with a pulse that is watching these vignettes and saying, I can't wait? Like, seriously, bro, is there one person alive saying, oh my God, I can't wait till Veer Mahaan bro, what purpose are these things serving? What purpose?
Shout out to DJ Kuzmo. Every week, it's like a running thing. He tags me, he tweets me every single week when the Veer Mahaan promo comes on, and he did the same thing this week.
What is the purpose of this? Bro, you could not get Jinder Mahal. You could not do anything with Jinder Mahal, who oozed charisma. And we're going to get Veer Mahaan over with these vignettes. We're going to get this guy
Veer Mahaan. Yeah, the same one, by the way. Not plural.
Same one,
same one. Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
My God, bro. My God.
Remember, Vince, what I told you about the vignette curse?
Yep.
Karrion Kross
Yep.
Bearcat Lee.
Yep.
You know, like that. Yep. That Eva Marie, man.
Yep.
I'm telling you, like I said, if I was Veer Mahal, I'd be like, hey, can you stop those vignettes?
Yeah. Really, bro.
It's a vignette curse, man. I'm telling you, it's a vignette.
Yeah.
Elias, he's another one, another recipient of the vignette curse, man.
Yep.
This vignette curse, and now that there's talks about Elias not coming back because Vince McMahon nixed the program of him looking too much like Macho Man. Yeah, Macho Man. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah. So they nixed the gimmick. He was supposed to be like a Savage lookalike, and then Vince nixed it. So now they have no idea what to do with him. He's just kind of sitting back waiting.
Yeah.
Is he among? And of course, we don't wish anybody's release, but do you think he's among the next round or two of releases?
I've got reasons to believe that I can't speak too much about. Okay. Maybe it'll come out in my Vince versus Vince. I got reason to believe they're going to keep Elias around just to screw with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
You know what? To be honest with you, I would have been more intrigued with the Randy Savage lookalike character than this Death to Elias. He does look eerily like.
Oh yeah, absolutely he does. Absolutely he does. Yeah.
Go with it. My thing is, do it. Go with it. See how it works. I mean, might as well. I mean, I'm sure that he would probably rather try to perfect this Randy Savage potential gimmick than to just sit back and cater.
Oh yeah, he'll do it. He'll do anything at this point to get back on TV. No doubt about
it. Absolutely. Finn Balor defeats T-Bar. He finally gets a win, but he gets attacked by Austin Theory.
But bro, the one thing I wrote about this, again, this goes back to the Doudrop splash. Bro, they're touting T-Bar at 6'9", 6'9", 6'9", 6'9".
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Bro, a 6'9" guy kicks a 5'9" guy in the face.
Yeah.
You'd kill the guy, bro. A 6'9" guy, a guy T-Bar's face, super kicking Finn Balor in the face would kill him. And what does Finn Balor do? Kick out. That's the issue and the problem, bro. It would never happen. It would never happen in a million years. So we just saw the Doudrop splash, which didn't get the job done. We saw a 6'9" guy super kicking a 5'9" guy and couldn't beat him, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. T-Bar has another person who has a ton of potential. Mm-hmm. That is just being relegated to an awful gimmick. I've interviewed Donovan Dijak before. Nice guy, ton of potential. I'll follow him in ROH. Just super agile for size. I'm glad that he put some weight on because I think that was one of his biggest kind of areas of opportunity. He was small. He was tall, but he was skinny. He wasn't really commanding. He wasn't really intimidating. Glad he put some weight on, but I mean, they've relegated him in such a horrible gimmick that, like, again, remember I told you about the Howard, you know what I mean? Like, you have to have people that when you hear the and new, World Wrestling Federation champion, T-Bar.
Well, bro, this goes right back to, again, bro, now they're trying to tout him, this 6'9" monster, blah, blah, blah. This goes all the way back to being subservient to Little Ali. Now, if they would have painted Ali as a guy that, tortures, people, Saw type of stuff. Like if, a real terrorist type that a guy the size of T-Bar would be afraid of, that would be one thing. But T-Bar was afraid of Ali because he don't want to get yelled at by him. So off the bat, bro, the guy's dead in the water. Off the bat, he's dead.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the whole what am I supposed to be intimidated at you because you're wearing face paint and just like grunting? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, exactly.
We were intimidated by the Bearcat a little bit, bro. He scared us a little.
Yeah. Well, I think we were literally intimidated by the Bearcat. Like when we saw the picture of the Bearcat, that was
right, exactly. Yeah, bro. I definitely if I were writing for this guy T-Bar, I definitely could do something with this guy.
I agree. He's ton of potential. Yep. He's just, I would take the paint off of him and I would just really make him a monster heel. But here's the thing with Dijak, he was typically cheered as a babyface because he was so agile in the ring. How would you book T-Bar?
See, bro, it's hard to say because I would really have to know about him. I would really have to get to know him and know his strengths. So I know nothing about him from the way they've presented him. And I've been watching him for 2 years. I know nothing about this guy. So I would have to really, really learn. But I mean, bro, when you look at a guy this size, you mean to tell me you couldn't have gotten this guy in a program with a Drew McIntyre?
Right.
Like, come on, bro. Like totally wasted, man. Wasted.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of wasted, 24/7 segments. All of a sudden,
what was that? Like, what was this, bro?
Yeah. It's some weird, the guys won't pin the girls, so they'll just let Tamina just go and chase her now.
I don't know, bro.
That's basically what happens.
That just made no sense.
None at all. We got a special super chat from Awesome Sauce, bro. I think
Very
Vince's
nice.
eye is more lazy than his booking.
Vince I got a lazy eye?
No, he's talking about McMahon.
Oh, Vince, man. I tell you what, though. What was that guy's name? Awesome Chuck?
Awesome.
What's his name? Awesome who?
Awesome Sauce.
Awesome Sauce. I will tell you this, bro. No doubt, Vince had work done on his face. No doubt. He was looking a lot worse a couple of months ago. No doubt.
Yeah. I noticed a difference between last week and this week, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think there's people from the WWE who watches this show.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah, and he's got some work done, and now he looks probably about 2 years younger, Vince.
Yeah, the him and Austin Theory thing, just I don't get it. But
do something to excite me, Vince.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Let me put my.
Yeah, that's weird, bro. That's weird. That's just
very,
weird.
very weird, man.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this 24/7 segment? It was Dana Brooke. She for some reason she has a halo around her that she can't be pinned by the guys, because that's what happened when she won the title, because all the guys were surrounding her in the ring and they didn't pin her. And then R-Truth and Tozawa just scares her. That's it. But they don't touch her. But Tamina goes by and they just let her go by and chase her for it.
But it was also when it was a guy, there were 10 guys chasing the guy. Remember, there were 10 guys. Remember everybody.
Yeah.
Where are the women chasing Dana Brooke?
Who's there?
I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, bro, obviously the 24/7 title doesn't mean anything to the women because there's nobody, there's not 10 people chasing her around the building.
I think someone like a Nikki ASH really needs someone like something like
bro. Absolutely. Yeah, something, man. Something, bro.
Absolutely. Then finally, we got Becky Lynch defeating Liv Morgan. They really hyped up Liv Morgan like she had a shot. They even had her come out last. She even came out last. So they're really pumping her up.
I do gotta say this, bro. They made this match seem much more important than it was. They really, really did, because, you know, like, again, if last week you would have told us this match was booked this week, of course we're saying there's no way Becky is losing the match. But the funny thing is, bro, they really made it seem like this match was more important than it was. They played this little 2-minute piece with Liv. This was the dream, as they had the little girl with the belt, this, that, and the other thing. But, bro, then they do all that and she loses.
Yeah.
She loses.
You think she should have went over?
Well, I mean, no, I don't think she would have won over, but I wouldn't have set her up this way with that vignette and everything like that. But that's what I'm saying, bro. You know, she loses. She does the job. What was the point of all that? It does. You're gonna play her up only for her to lose.
Yeah, because it sets the bar even higher for the next time, which they probably won't book her that high again. And so it's like you set the bar up pretty high. She's the number one contender. She's about to go for the title. You give her all types of packages and things like that. Even have her come out last just for her to lose. What's the higher bar than that?
Right.
That you really think that they'll do within the next 3 to 6 months?
Because, bro, in their minds, they really believe, because Liv Morgan gave her a good match, now Liv is over. That's what they really honestly believe, that now she hung with Becky Lynch, so now she's over, bro. That's what they believe.
Do you think she has a chance of winning the Royal Rumble?
No, absolutely not.
We had a question. Who do you think wins the men's and women's Royal Rumble? Who are your picks?
Oh my God, bro! It tells you how little I think about wrestling. Like,
who would you want to win?
I want whatchamacallit? I want Veer Mahaan to win the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
I want Veer Mahaan to come out on top of a surprise, shock the world, win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know.
Veer Mahaan and Doudrop.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, that works for me.
Sounds good.
So,
speaking of what works,
Becky is the champion here, and Charlotte's the champion on the other show, right?
Yep.
Are there any plans? I've been reading some headlines and stuff. Do they have any plans on bringing Ronda Rousey back? What's going on with that?
So, from what I heard, there's some talks with Rousey, but I think she's still trying to get pregnant, though. So, I don't know if she's going to be consistent, but I mean, if you bring her back, though, I mean, do you have her win the Royal Rumble and go against Becky at WrestleMania?
Bro, let's be honest. What woman winning the Royal Rumble with their roster right now? What woman winning the Royal Rumble would mean anything, bro? I swear to God, you know the only thing that would work, bro, to be honest with you, there is no one on that roster that if they won the Royal Rumble, it would mean anything. Nobody. It needs to be like a Trish, bro, or it needs to be somebody like that. Nobody else on the roster means anything unless, bro, is that where they bring Alexa Bliss back?
Ugh.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
So they just had so in September, she gave birth to her daughter, Akia.
Yeah, I know. I knew she just had a baby. Yeah, she just had a baby. I knew that. You know.
Yeah. So I mean, that was, over 2 months ago, so she definitely can get back in shape by that time.
Bro, it's got to be an outsider because no other woman on that roster means anything, bro.
See, here's my theory. This is what I would want. All right, here's who I want to win both. I want Naomi to win the Royal Rumble for the women's side because there has to be some type of payoff with this Sonya Deville crap. All right, push Naomi. You might as well. You can. She's a merch magnet. All the little girls can gravitate to her merch. She's still got the glow interest. She's still exciting and still super athletic. So I would have Naomi win the Women's Royal Rumble. I would actually have Big E lose the title at day one. And then I would have him win the Royal Rumble and win it back at WrestleMania. So that means it'll be a 3-month, 3-month type of deal where he's chasing the title instead of having the title. Remember I said when Big E won it on Raw, I said I'm glad that he won it. But at the same time, it didn't have a big feel to it because Raw's so bad that it didn't have a big feel to it.
But
and
bro,
I think
Chris,
that it
do you not feel that ship has sailed, bro? You think they can still have that big feel?
I think if he wins it at WrestleMania, I think if he chases it for WrestleMania, I think
bro.
I think you gotta push somebody different though. I think if they do it, they'll be in Dallas, Texas, I believe. They were in Tampa. They were in his hometown. They should have had him win it then. But I think it's one of those things. I think you have the WrestleMania feel. You have the feel good moment at WrestleMania. I think you give Big E that babyface push. I don't think that WWE will capitalize on it, unfortunately, because they do a very poor job at that. But I do think if you want it, because I like Drew, big Drew fan, but I wouldn't want Drew to win it. I wouldn't want Lesnar to win it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want Rock to win it. Like, who do you have right now as a babyface that can really have that moment at WrestleMania? Like, who's on the roster that could do that right now?
I don't think they're there. There's really don't, there. Bro. I don't think they have that person.
Who's there? I mean, like, there's nobody. So the best thing you can do for a feel-good moment to me for what they have right now would be for Big E to lose it at day one, and then a few weeks later, at the end of the January, wins the Royal Rumble. I think he'll still have that type of babyface feel to him, and then chase it until WrestleMania. People are saying Finn Balor.
Oh, bro.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Bro, if that's the way they're thinking, they have just written off altogether ever trying to expand their audience with a casual audience. They've just thrown in the towel and have given up. If that's the way they're thinking, bro, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing some AJ Styles and Shinsuke. AJ, so Rollins wins and AJ wins the Rumble and AJ babyface chase it against Rollins. That still doesn't reek like box office to me though.
It's not because box office is not there. Box office does not exist. Box office, bro, is Reigns and Rock. Period. End of story.
Agreed.
I mean, come on, bro. Is box office Lesnar Lashley? Is box office Lesnar Biggie? That's not box office, bro.
No. Right now they're the rumor is the triple threat: Brock, Drew, and Reigns, I believe.
For WrestleMania?
And for Mania, yeah. I prefer Rock Reigns, but they'll probably do that next year when it's in Cali. They'll probably have Rock be in the Hall of Fame in 23
since
it's going to be in Cali, and he's a Cali guy, born in Cali. So I think that he'll win the Royal. He won't win the Royal Rumble. I think he'll make it to the Hall of Fame in 23, and I think that he'll go against Reigns in 23. Now, does Reigns keep the title the whole time? Probably not. But
is Reigns wrestling anybody in January?
Brock.
That first pay-per-view, whatever they call it, day one.
Day one.
He's wrestling Brock.
Brock. Yeah. Again,
is Lashley wrestling?
No, they might throw him in that triple threat though. They might make it a 4-way. So
yeah,
we'll see. Well, speaking of day one, my A1 since day one, this guy right here, Vince Russo. Let him know about the brand, my man.
Yeah, guys, my series, I got part 3 tomorrow coming out. Vince versus Vince, bro. I got a whole series coming out. Part 3 will drop tomorrow on patreon.com/Russo TWC. Also, check out russosbrand.com. We got a whole menu of other shows over there. So just check out those 2 platforms.
Very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here is the former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Vince Russo. I'm the Dr. Chris Featherstone. This is the Legion of Raw. Yes, he's getting the point right. You learn quick, Vince. you learn quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a really good time. We sure did as always. Have a good night. So long.